Hey guys, Baz86 here, back with you doing another stream where we dive into a revisited game. Hey Kerzo. So, it was a long time, well, I feel like it was a long time ago, it kind of was, that I did this game. I think it was on the PS3, it could have been when I early got the PS4, I can't remember, but me and Amanda played this game together, and I just thought, you know, I'd come away from all the shooting games, I'd come away from Stardew Valley for a little bit, I'd come away from revisiting games that I still have on my library, and I was just looking through games that I'd purchased over the years, and Broken Sword came to mind. Now, I want to try to commit to this game if I can. I want to see if I can complete it again, and try not to have any help with it, if possible. Amanda knows all about Broken Sword. Everything there is to know about Broken Sword, she knows about it. Though these were the type of games that Amanda brought up on, but for me, I kind of never really dived into these games, so hence why I'm gonna try and see if I can do this one. I've never seen this game before, so thanks. You're welcome, Kurzo. No worries, mate. I don't know what you're thanking me for. I don't even know if I'm gonna. Well, I know what I'm sort of getting myself into, but I want to try. This could be a side stream, maybe. But I'd like to see if I can commit to it. I shouldn't really be putting new games up, seeing as I've only got 3 months until obviously the massive game of the year comes out, but I've still got some games I need to finish up. Anyway, enough rabbiting on and all that. Let's start this game and see how we get on. Hello. What's up?
I'm just going to put my sewing machine on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. I'll do this game with you for a bit.
I'm not allowed to, you're not allowed to help me. I've just put on the rules. You're not allowed to come in and go, there's that.
Oh no, I'm sorry. If I see where ABC is, then I'll know where ABC. Well, I might tell you ABC. I want to listen to it though.
But then I can't have people can hear you. Kurzo's already in the chat.
Hi Kurzo. I want to play it too. Come on, just for like 15 minutes-ish. You can keep your stream on. Pass it here and
But you're going to take over.
only 10 or 15 minutes. How many times do you want me to game with you and now you're refusing?
Because I know what you're like.
Come on, let me see what's going on.
Kurzo says hi, man. He's laughing his arse off.
Come on, is this a goat?
I don't know.
That looks like a goat house. Oops, you're doing it already. Come on, you can you hear?
I won't have speaker on though.
It's okay for 10 minutes.
Alright, you're not gonna have headset on for a bit, Kurzo. Sorry, mate.
We must go now.
Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly. Xavier, the painting. La maledicción. This way.
Signora, it is too late. Go!
No! Papa!
Senor, in here. Search them. Of course. Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move!
Non, monsieur, not la malédiction. Oh.
Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together. The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time. The stolen painting was called La Malediccio, painted by someone called El Serp in 1937, and worth just 40 grand. This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. It was a vibration detector pad. It was a small red button. It was a vibration detector pad. It was a vibration detector pad. It was a small door. I guessed the alarm circuitry was inside. I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened. It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. Looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off. That bust was pretty impressive. I wondered who'd been the model. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off. The priest was administering the last rites. Poor guy. The priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere. With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number. Just $90,000 for this one. That painting was worth way more than the stolen one. So why didn't they take that? Hello, Mr. Rickenbacker?
Stobart, what do you want?
Mr. Rickenbacker, there's been a problem.
Why does that surprise me? This better not involve the Blue Lizard.
Afraid it does, sir. There's been a robbery.
Oh, terrific.
Only one painting was stolen, though.
Well, what are you wasting time talking to me for? Find that painting, or find a way to avoid paying out. 2 ways to keep your job, Stobart.
I see. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anything else you gotta tell me?
The thief had a gun. He shot the gallery owner dead.
We insured him too?
No, sir.
Well, that's one piece of good news.
No, sir, not yet.
Well, stop chewing the fat with me and do your job. And call me when you have some good news.
Will do, boss. A rare glimpse into the absinthe-addled mind of the artist. A snip at only 80 grand. The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded. The stolen painting was called La Malediccio, painted by someone called L. Serp in 1937, and worth just 40 grand. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. The door was marked private. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play. It was a small red button. It was a small red button. So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job. Someone had cut a wire and sabotaged the alarm. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left. It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead, but from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Even unconscious, Lane's body reacted to food. Lane had fainted. I was going to have to find a way. It was going to take something stronger than pizza to wake Lane. As they say, every artist was first an amateur. I'd picked up a piece of pizza from the gallery floor. It could be useful. $55,000. The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. The room looked like some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV. You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style. For a moment, I contemplated getting on the next train out of here. But a man was dead, and I had a job to do. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass. Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh, yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight, for sure. If you see him, give him this bill, and tell him to pay up next time.
I wondered whether Lane was in a hurry to get somewhere, or just trying to skip paying his bill. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman, with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Oh, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty. Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
The menu offered black coffee and a short list of soft drinks. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass. Hi, it's me again.
You assume...
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic, peddling meaningless aphorisms.
Would you like a slice of pizza?
I think not, monsieur. You must remember we are in Paris, the culinary capital of the world.
Thank you for your time, monsieur. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. The priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. The cable for the camera ran... Another working alarm. So the thief took the only painting whose alarm had been sabotaged. But why La Malediccio? Why that particular one? I didn't think there was any need to test. It was clear that only La Mal... Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest. Poor guy. There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. He definitely looked better. That wasn't worth trying. No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone. Father?
Yes, my son.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. Father?
Yes, my son.
What did you mean When you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car, I want to get in."
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen?
I had to confront the evil.
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
What do you know about the man who painted La Maledictio?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire, the fire of eternal damnation.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
This is an unpaid bill from the cafe next door.
I can assure you it is not mine.
I always wondered who bought those white-framed glasses. Now I knew. Poor guy. A small purple nozzle was poking out of his pocket. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within. There's nothing quite so lonely as a dead man's toupee. Here today, gone tomorrow. I decided to let Henri's toupee rest in peace. A cryptic note and a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office. The door was marked private. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. Ah, Brett. The fragrance that dare not speak its name. Lane had run up quite a bill at the cafe. Nico wasn't answering her phone. No surprise. I still needed to figure out the bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. The bust was balanced. That bust was pretty impressive. Time to awaken the beast. What?
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
dead? Afraid so.
Poor chap. Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course. The man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course. We worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
How long had you known him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow has gone and got himself killed.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Maledictio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
So you curated the exhibition? What's it about?
A brilliant retrospective. A dialectical window on European art's ongoing discourse with the unresolved psychoses of the nation-state.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth. Who painted the stolen painting?
Therein lies a mystery. We only know his pseudonym, El Serp. He was a Catalan, a modernist. His works are symbolic, religious.
What can you tell me about the stolen painting?
La Maledictio? A challenging piece. If you like a wide cast of obscure saints and fringe Christian symbolism, of course. Not especially valuable, though. The thief won't get much for it on the black market.
Oh, looky here. This is interesting. An unpaid bill from the cafe next door.
Your point?
It's your bill, Mr. Lane. Pink champagne. Nice touch. The waiter wants you to pay up, by the way.
My financial affairs are none of your business.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that. Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know.
This is ridiculous. You have no motive and nothing that connects me to the crime.
Have it your way. I will get that code. You've already lied to me about your movements last night. There's evidence to prove it. What else are you hiding, Lane?
This is insane. I had nothing to do with poor Henri's murder.
How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a sel volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
Mr. Lane, this robbery is not going to reflect well on you.
As I said, I shall take my chances. You're not getting that door code.
You've already told me one lie, Mr. Lane. You give me the code, and I won't tell the police about the phony alibi.
No, I refuse. You have nothing substantive to connect me to this crime.
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
Well, you got to admit, the cut wire doesn't look good for you.
As I said, this is a preposterous allegation.
father?
Yes, my son.
Hey, father, how about a squirt?
I think not.
The pressure pad appeared to be working fine, but the cut wire had ensured that the alarm wouldn't sound when the painting was removed. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. The tag said 60 grand. Wow, nice work if you can get it. Just 90,000 for this one. The label said it was painted in 1932. The gallery wanted 80 grand for it. A rare glimpse into the absinthe-addled mind of the artist. A snip at only 80 grand. $60,000 for a sketch? Ouch. Challenging and experimental, like the $85K price tag. I wondered if there was anything out here I could use to put the heat on Lane. From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. It looked like the office for the gallery. It was a pissoir. Hi, it's me again.
Monsieur?
Anything else you can tell me about Lane?
Rien, monsieur.
Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. Anything else you can tell me about Le Lizard Bleu?
Rien, monsieur.
Thank you for your time, monsieur. The The Sacré-Cœur Basilica, the highest point in Paris. Impressive. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass. It looked like the office for the gallery. Art Deco, my favorite subway design. I wasn't going to leave until I'd solved this crime. As they say, every artist was first an amateur. Spanish modernists certainly didn't come cheap. The poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. The poster looked old. I wondered how many paintings they'd sold at these prices. I could have bought a nice car for the price of that. I decided to leave it alone. Poor guy. I didn't need to look at the note a second time. It wasn't tough to remember. 2:30 p.m., be ready. I put the glasses back where they were. Best to leave the evidence the way I found it. There was no way anyone would have survived that. I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands. Lane had the kind of looks that only a lifetime of fine dining can create. Father Simeon looked troubled, but who wouldn't after witnessing a murder? The cable for the camera ran into the roof.
Right, so I've got to find something that links Lane to the murder. But at the moment, I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, hang on.
There was a pair of nail clippers on the floor.
I forgot about this. It fell
The
out.
nail clippers were monogrammed with the letters HL. Hector Lane. They must have fallen out of his pocket.
I forgot
You've
that
already
fell.
told me one lie, Mr. Lane.
I forgot that fell on the
you
floor.
give me the code, and I won't tell the police about the phony alibi.
No, I refuse. You have nothing substantive to connect me to this crime.
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you?
Now, I believe you. I absolutely do. But will the police? You have the motive. There's the evidence. Evidence of sabotage. Along with the gaping hole in your alibi. Look, give me the code for the office, and I can make your problems disappear.
You, sir, are a blackmailer.
Yep, got it in one.
The number is 6397. But your accusations have absolutely no substance.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast. What was that number again? 642... No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mou. Our paths had crossed before. The body was still in there. I had to get back inside. It was an office. The room was full of strange trinkets. Sergeant Mou, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard. An unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man! I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
Thanks that you're still watching, Kurzo. Much appreciated, mate.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Moore?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind. Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and let the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
This was madness. Sergeant Moore wasn't going to let me in. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Moore?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Oh, for God's
Well,
sake.
how about a hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last incident.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moore. You've been so helpful. An intricate stained glass window, irresistible to any tourist. I had vital information. I needed to get back inside. It was an office. The pissoir was decorative and unpleasant. Hi, George. I'm outside the gallery.
Thank God you're safe, Nico. I tried the phone, but I couldn't get an answer.
Inspector Moore is out here, and he's not letting me in. I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. Looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery.
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Malediction is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer. Maybe you can
Ronnie? Who the bloody hell's Ronnie?
Ronnie, I'm at the exhibition over in Montmartre. You won't believe the scoop I've got.
You're kidding me. That place is a dump. What could possibly have happened to make it exciting?
A painting's been stolen and the gallery owner's been shot.
What? Okay, speak to anybody who saw what happened. Scope out the place. And call me as soon as you get a story. If you're quick, we can make the evening edition. Bye, Nicole.
This could be the scoop I've been waiting years for.
I don't see what else I can get from Moo.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
I've done that.
Moo wouldn't be interested in my press card. That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is, I am on duty.
You know, if you are tired, surely your duties are suffering.
Madam, I am a consummate professional. I would never shirk my responsibilities. I will stand here as if my life depended on it. Or my job.
Do you want to see my photo of the thief?
Ils ne passeront pas.
I remembered something else about the crime.
Then you should tell Inspector Navet immediately.
So I can go inside then?
No.
Do you want to see my photo of the thief?
Ils ne passeront pas.
Great. Thanks again for your help. Sergeant Moo was blocking the entrance to the gallery. Moo was the kind of cop that got places through obedience, not intelligence. Ah, le métro. I wasn't going to leave without comparing notes with Georges.
Makes you wonder what I'm missing, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm missing something, but like I said, I've got no idea what it is.
The trail was getting cold, and I was stuck out here.
I'm not using Google. I'm not using Google on this. I'm gonna figure this out. Right, I can't. Can I go over here? Okay. I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, on their spa days.
Spa
their
days.
Almond croissant.
That bad, huh?
And the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappe.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was French Café Noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse. The black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, have none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery. As always, Paris looked beautiful.
How is this guy going to help me get into the thing?
Monsieur.
Life is fleeting, madame. The sands of time are running through your fingers.
Well, that may be, but...
We know not what we want, and yet we are responsible for what we are.
There's been a crime.
That is terrible, madame. But you know what they say.
No, but I think you're going to tell me.
Life begins on the other side of despair. C'est vrai, no?
Well, I guess so. He was pushing me to the point of despair.
During the riots, we battled the forces of oppression.
Oh, really? That must have been terrifying.
It was. Except that they made me stay behind the barricades with the other baristas. We made coffee by the liter to fuel the resistance. I've never brewed so much coffee. Of course, our brave heroes spent half their time going for a pee. But with our coffee inside them, they fought the running dogs all night long.
None of this was helping me get past Saint-Jean-Mou.
Au revoir.
The waiter watched over his tables with barely disguised contempt. Monsieur.
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me? Au revoir.
The menu offered black coffee and a small selection of other drinks.
I don't think I'm going to get anything else from this.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
You know, if you are tired, surely your duties are suffering.
Madame, I am a consumer. I will...
I remembered something else.
Then you should tell in...
So I can...
No.
Sergeant Mou could do with one of those famous coffees. Great! Thanks again for your help. Monsieur.
So long.
I am not what you think I am.
Being is. Being is in itself. Being is what it is.
Sartre. Being and nothingness.
Bravo, madame.
It takes a long time to get to what we want to get to,
Au
isn't
revoir.
it? What?
The waiter was watching over his tables. Here's my press card.
La liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be. You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant. You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
Monsieur.
She can at least ask him.
Madame?
Could we have a little chat?
Any time, madame.
God, we got there in the end, didn't we? Flipping hell.
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death. And yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty.
Yeah, and all the pizza.
How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment.
Damn French with their tiny cups. These little cups that blooming take one swig and the whole coffee's gone.
Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
You should be drinking it. He should be drinking it. Wait, what? Well, that was... Wait, what?
The coffee was hot and strong.
Alright.
The waiter didn't need to... Could you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame. One moment.
Uno momento. Uno momento. One moment. Uno momento, por favor.
Take away coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
I wouldn't put it in there. Why would you put it in your coat? could spill all over your coat. Anyway, let's go to here. Sergeant Moo, you have a takeaway coffee. Here you go, Sergeant Moo.
Sergeant Moo, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. That's not my little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I'm tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
He had a coffee and needed to go for a pee, wasn't it? Yeah, he needed to go for a pee, didn't he?
Well, since you seem quite...
Yeah, I think I see where this is going.
Elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake. Nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
Oh, bloody hell.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant, just after the President's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
You think so?
But of course. You knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the President himself.
Well, the President's dog.
It was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic. Your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
Go for a secret pee-pee. He's gonna go for a secret pee-pee. Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant.
Oh, that does that.
I distracted Moo. It was now or never.
Well, that worked.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do. There was a pizza box on the floor. The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. The stain was a real mess. I spread some of this sauce around with my shoe. It looked a little bit like a blood stain, but it still wasn't right. If I was going to distract the cop, I had to get rid of that gum.
I must get rid of that gum. She said that really like, that gum needs taking care of. Make sure you get rid of that
It was
gum.
a blob of chewing gum, probably carried in on somebody's shoe. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands.
Did you use it?
I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice. I'd made a convincing bloodstain, but was it art? The tomato sauce looked as close to blood as it was ever going to. Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
My time is of the essence.
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Oh, look.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ
The machine?
machine.
Okay, George. That should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long. The desk was covered in junk. It was an Erasertron. I loved those. I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser. It was a decorative pen, probably a gift to Henri. The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very good idea.
It was a reel of fragile tape. I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it. There was a box of thumbtacks on the desk. I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins.
No, you don't. You don't want a pocket it.
The business card listed the gallery's details. I didn't need a business card. It was a standard drawer. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
Where's the CCTV camera?
The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording. That was never going to happen. The completion note from Vera Security. There was an address.
Yeah, which is? What's the address?
That was... I needed to find a 4-digit number. Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk. It didn't look like there was anything important on the board. The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day. The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival, headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters.
Worth a shot. It's probably a bit too obvious, but... Nope.
And there I was, thinking that Henri might have set such an obvious code. No such luck. I needed to...
Okay.
It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. I didn't imagine Henri as a musician. Henri sure liked his clutter. The frame containing pressed flowers. Henri sure had his quirks. It was a statue of Henri bearing almost everything. A strategically placed fig leaf protected his modesty. The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. It was a statue of Henri. The street was quiet. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years. A naked lady stared at me seductively. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart. The completion note from Vera's security. There was an address.
Yes, but what is that address? I wouldn't mind having a look at it.
I needed a better idea. I had no reason to search. In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company, demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business, but now I knew where he lived. It was hard to tell if the lava lamp was retro or just plain old. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income.
So we tried 1975, didn't work. 16, but there's no other number with it.
The desk was covered in junk.
Yeah, but you don't need this. You said you didn't need to check the...
I had no reason to...
What about here?
The button had an arrow pointing to the right. I guessed it was some kind of forward button. It was a small keypad.
Bollocks.
No.
Trying to remember what the keypad number was that was given to the keypad for the door. Whatever that was might have been the same number. Was it 63? 6347. 6347.
Still not right.
6437? 6437. Bollocks.
That wasn't the right number. I needed to find a 4-digit number. Henri had a model of a VW camper van painted in hippie colors. The engine capacity was displayed on the back, 1600 cc. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income.
Nah, I'll try it, but I don't think it's right. Nah, it's too obvious. Way too obvious. Nope.
Henri hadn't set the model van's engine size as the passcode. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday.
No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be, could it?
Bingo. I rewound the tape to
get
before
in.
the robbery.
Get in.
This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery.
Cheers, Gozer.
Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The moment it all went horribly wrong. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. This frame caught the moment the killer took the painting. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The most striking... There I was, looking at the exhibition. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. Poor Henri. The killer making his getaway. The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. That was the last shot. There must have been clues to the killer's identity on the CCTV. That was the... The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane, or even Henri himself. Or perhaps even Vera's security, who'd installed the system. Whoever was wearing that helmet was going to pay for what he did. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. A logo. The alarm should have sounded. Poor Henri. The next shot had a better view of the writing on his helmet. Whoever was wearing that helmet was going to pay for what he did. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. Poor Henri. That shot must have been before anyone else arrived at the gallery. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. The most striking aspect of that was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it. Poor Henri. Whoever was wearing that helmet was gonna... That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I'm too truthful.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur... Monsieur...
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery?
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh, pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No?
No?
Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it.
God, those coffees are tiny. Is it even worth it?
You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La Maledictio.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find. The security firm that Henri used was not the one I recommended.
Well, that's understandable. I've been to restaurants that you recommended.
I've got their address. Maybe they can tell me who could have had access to that alarm. Well, the priest thinks La Maledictio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh?
Yeah?
It's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
Right, so I think we'll head to Henri's apartment and see what we can find.
As I approached Henri's apartment, I started to doubt whether coming here so soon after his death was such a great idea.
Alright, I'm going to leave this for next time. I think this is a good idea to stop there for right now. Thank you for joining me, Kurzo. Much appreciated, mate. And I'll see you guys in the next Baz86 live stream. Take it easy. Bye for now.